This week, I wanted to confess something. And to some of you, it may come as a surprise. And to just about all of you, it will not be surprising at all to hear. And you will probably already have a list of 40 immediately in your head. But what I'm here to confess is I do have flaws. I am so far from perfect. And one of these flaws is that I am so bad in the morning at being on time to things. If you saw me in the mornings in high school, you would think I am a NASCAR driver. Those of you who I've driven to school back in high school, maybe even in college, you know I'm late. I am often late. And two words that people are always telling me, these two words are hurry up. Hurry up are two words that I hear so often. And this week, I heard hurry up in a funny way that made me laugh. And this is where I heard the words hurry up. I was on the bus going to meet a friend, and the friend texted me, hurry up. There I am, sitting on the bus. So what did I do? I sat in my chair on the bus, and I sat faster, and I sat faster, and I sat as fast as I could possibly sit. The truth is, there's no way. Once you're there, there's no way to sit faster. And this reminds me of a story. There's two guys who got their meals. Every college student knows you're living meal to meal pretty much. You're looking for the next place to go. Where can I eat lunch? Where can I eat dinner? So these two guys, they're always looking for a meal to go. Whenever there's a holiday, whatever religion it is, they're going to the meal, the festive meal for that holiday. So this holiday, Pesach, Passover, is coming up. And the guys go, they split up because they heard there's two meals and they didn't want to get busted. So they figured one of us could sneak into that one of us will sneak into the other one. So they go, they sneak into the meals. And one of them is at the meal and he's waiting. There's Kadesh, which is the first blessing. It's the first cup of wine. He's like, okay, these Jews, they know how to throw down. These guys are getting the party started. We're pre-gaming a little bit. Glass of wine, let's get it going. Then they're washing their hands. He's like, okay, I can dig that, like sanitation. Coronavirus going on, it's good to wash your hands. Let's get in there. Antimicrobial me up and clean these hands. Next thing he knows, they're doing another course, and all of these things are starting to get tedious. He's eating one leaf of lettuce, then they're giving one piece of egg, then it's a little dry cracker that makes his mouth all dry and unpleasant, and this guy's making his way painfully through the Seder. And eventually it gets to the point, he says, okay, I'm pretty fed up with this, right as they're bringing out the maror. The maror is the bitter herbs, and they're bringing it out. And he sees everyone's taking just a tiny, tiny bit of these bitter herbs. The bitter herbs. So he thinks, okay, everyone's taking just a little bit. This must be caviar. This must be the 5-star fancy course of the meal. So he goes and he takes a huge scoop, slaps it on his plate, a heaping ton of maror. And he takes a bite, and it's absolutely horrendous. The most disgusting thing he's ever put a spoonful of in his mouth. And he's furious. He storms out and he goes to meet up with his friend at the meeting spot. And he's waiting and he's waiting and he's waiting, and hours later, his friend comes. He looks full. He's got a pleasant belly. And he says, man, how was your Seder? How was your Pesach? Did I say that right? Pesach. And his friend goes, man, my Pesach was not pleasant at all. It was terrible. Why'd you get me into this? They brought out, I was waiting, and then eventually they bring out this bitter stuff, and it was disgusting. I had a terrible time. And his friend said, man, right after the bitter herbs was the delicious feast. That's when they brought out the chicken and the steak and the brisket and the real caviar and all of the 5-star delicacies. And it was unbelievably delicious. You should have stuck around. What is the lesson here? The lesson is sometimes we're on a bus. Sometimes when we get that message, hurry up, we cannot hurry up. And we just need to wait. This is the story of Passover. We were enslaved. We had to put up with 10 plagues. Why not just take us out after one? Get us out of here. This is the story of all of our lives. We're here and we're struggling, and we go from struggle to struggle, and we think to ourselves, when? When am I going to get past the maror? When am I going to get to the delicious entree and finally enjoy the feast? And here is the answer. The very end of the Passover story, when the Jewish people, when Am Yisrael gets to the river, and we need to cross, it takes one person. It takes one person to hurry up and wait. He waited, he did the waiting, but in the end, he needed those two words that I hear so often, and I thank all of you for telling me these words, hurry up. He heard those words and he hurried up. This is Nachshon. They got there and they thought, we are doomed. there's a river in front of us. There's nothing we can do. And what did this guy do? He took the initiative and he jumped into the water. He was the leader and he took the initiative and he led. So what do we learn from this? We need to, it's the most contradictory statement ever, but it makes sense. We need to hurry up and wait. We need to have patience. We need to have faith that the meal is coming. We're going to get past the bitter herbs. We're going to get past washing our hands. We're going to get past all of that, and we're going to get to the meal. But when it's time to dig into the meal, grab your fork, grab your knife, and dig in. Jump into the water and have some faith. So I'm blessing everyone from the bottom of my heart. Freedom, liberation from whatever it is that you're enslaved to, whatever it is that you're struggling with, that on this Passover, you will be free. And you will have the patience to wait for the meal. And you will have the urgency to jump into the water when the time comes. L'chaim, sending love to all of you. Shabbat shalom and Chag Sameach.